We'll take you to Westminster in just a moment. The Chancellor also announced plans for the Tidal energy lagoon in Swansea have moved a step closer with negotiations underway. Our environment correspondent, Iolo David, is in Swansea for us tonight. Iolo, this is a big milestone for that project, isn't it?
I think it is, and it's seen as significant here in Wales, but also for the developers, because potentially we're talking about the world's first man-made tidal lagoon on the other side of the bay. There's political support across the various parties, but there are questions that need to be answered. How affordable is this type of energy for this prototype lagoon and 3 other lagoons in future? Is it affordable, and does it offer value for money? For the developers of Swansea Bay Tidal Lagoon, the crucial part of the Chancellor's statement came late. It is, though, highly significant, as government officials will now negotiate with a company on the price which will be paid for power from the sea.
It's a huge step forward for us, and it's as much about the industry that this will bring as well as the lagoon here in Swansea, because after all, we are told that 6 lagoons we will need to employ 35,000 people within the supply chain across the UK, and at peak construction 70,000 people, so it really is transformational for Wales and the UK.
If planning, marine licensing and the subsidy are all agreed, it could become the first man-made lagoon to generate energy from the tide. To make that happen, the company is asking for £168 per megawatt hour of energy for 35 years. That's higher than what the UK government agreed to pay developers of a new nuclear reactor at Hinkley. That so-called strike price is significantly less at £92.50. The financial discussions will centre on the affordability of this type of energy.
It's the first major step that the government accepts that the rise and fall of the tide is a serious way of generating power. And the amount of power that can be generated from that is a very serious sort of percentage of the entire nation. This might be the first step that goes down a direction that we'll all like.
During the next few months, the idea of building a wall in Swansea Bay between the Tower and Neath rivers, connected to the coastline, will be under even greater scrutiny. If it's licensed, this prototype energy lagoon would work with 16 turbines placed in a concrete lock to catch the world's second highest tide. Potentially, it could produce power for up to 16 hours each day. So the planning will go in parallel with these official financial negotiations. There are lots of potential pitfalls, not least that there's a general election in the middle of these negotiations. And then the strike price. How low can the developers reduce what they're asking for? And can this type of energy be seen as affordable for the long run? Jamie.
Iolo in Swansea, thank you very much. We'll be in Ceredigion and Pembrokeshire later to see what you're making of the Chancellor's budget.